The Nintendo DS Lite, one of the best handhelds ever made, is turning 20 years old this year, but should you buy one in 2026? In this video, I'll be talking about the DS Lite's design, which by the way still looks amazing till this day. I'll also be comparing the DS Lite to some other handhelds like a DSi or even a 3DS to see if one of them may suit you better. I'll also be going through the price and also show you some gameplay. So let's have a quick talk about the design of the DS Lite, and in my opinion this thing still looks amazing 20 years later. Just very clean, especially the green one I've got here. In my opinion, that's the best color. But you still have very similar to Switch Lite as well, and the 2DS buttons. Very squishy D-pad, which I like. You got two speakers, which are great, just firing at you. Love that. Start, select, headphone jack. You also get your Game Boy Advance slot here, but unlike the original DS, which I'll show you soon, the Game Boy games do actually stick out a tiny bit, which can get annoying, but it's fine. The design's a bit smaller, so that's alright. You've also got your volume up and down. You've also got your mic right in the middle for some games. And then you've got two very tiny screens that are the same size as each other. Now if we close it and look in the back, you've got your right button, left shoulder button, and then you've also got your cartridge slot. Then you've got your charger there. And then this is if you want to want to wear it around your neck, kind of like a, little, what would you call it? Like a little string kind of thing, go through there. You got your lights, so that this one on the right shows if it's on, or like the battery status. And then the one on the left, I'm not actually sure what that does. I'll have it on the screen now. And then you've got the DS logo on the back, which is very clean. On the side here, you've got your stylus, and you've got your power switch as well. On the bottom is the DS Lite logo, and then you've also got a battery here, which is very nice. You can unscrew it and take it off. But it is very nice how it's just plastic down here, so it won't just get scratched up too much, which is great. So on the left here, this is actually the original DS before they redesigned it and made it look so amazing with the DS Lite. In my opinion, there's literally 2-year difference between these, but the DS Lite looks just so much cleaner. It's a lot smaller as well. You can see on the sides there, so much smaller. And also have a look at both those screens. The DS Lite is just so much brighter. As you can see from this angle, the DS Lite, both screens are on, but look how bright the DS Lite screen is. The DS original screen is actually on at the moment, but you can only really see it from an actual angle that is straight on. Also, the original DS's hinge, it's known to break, whereas the DS Lite, it's got a very nice and strong hinge as well. Whereas this, overall, I'm just not a fan of the original DS's design. Overall, it looks like a kind of push-down toaster kind of thing. Kind of like what you'd make a cheese toasty on. It kind of looks like one of them. However, this one that I've got here with me is in actually amazing condition. If you'd like to see a video on the old original DS, then just comment below. One last alternative, even though this costs probably about 6 times more than a DS Lite, this is a 3DS XL. You can buy a 2DS for a lot cheaper. That video is here. But the 3DS XL is very nice. It's got a massive screen as well, as you can see. You can also mod these as well, which is a lot better than just getting an R4 card for that. It's just a lot better. You have so much more games, so much more high quality as well. You got Mario Kart 7, Super Mario 3D Land, Donkey Kong Country, same one that's on the Wii. So this one's actually quite capable. Whereas the DS, you're not really going to run any of the newer kind of games on it. I'll get back to the DS Lite now, but if you did want the ultimate Nintendo DS kind of experience, the 3DS is definitely that. The 3DS XL, which I've got here, I did recently make a video on it. That's up here if you'd like to click on it now, if you were interested in something with a way bigger screen. But I'll get back onto the DS Lite now. By the way, any 3DS model can play every single DS game. So if you were looking to buy one of these, what should you expect to pay for one of these? So I went on eBay real quick, and if you want to get one that's in pretty bad condition, you're looking at about $70 or so. That's Australian as well. So I'll have the conversion rate on the screen to US. And then if you want one that's absolutely perfect, that's $120. So around the $80 US mark. However, if you make your way over to Facebook Marketplace, I guarantee you'll find one for at least half the price that I said before. So about maybe even $50 or less. I'll get to playing some Mario Kart DS soon, but for now I'm just going to play some Crash of the Titans. This is one of the first games I got for the DS, and I'd have to say it's one of my favourite as well. It's a very fun game. So I'll just play that for a few minutes or so and let you guys know what I think. So here I've got Crash of the Titans on the DS Lite. I do believe this game is actually also on the Wii as well and some other consoles possibly. But this game, I love it, to be honest. And the DS Lite itself, very nice and comfy. I reckon it, apart from obviously all handhelds, it's just this, your thumb here. But it's very nice, and it doesn't feel like it's digging in. Like, it is a bit of, it's nice and rounded kind of corners, but it doesn't feel like it's digging into your hands in any way at all. Not sure if I said this before, but just all the buttons, they just feel nice. Good amount of click to them. Just feels really good. Good amount. D-pad's very nice. These buttons are very nice. As I said before, it's like the Switch Lite and the 2DS if you ever played them. Feel great. And then the speakers, as you can hear, very quiet. Not sure if you heard them, but very quiet as you'd expect. It's just a DS, like they don't really need to be any louder, whereas on a 3DS you would like them to be a bit louder, in my opinion, because it's just that bit newer and more expensive. But this is fine. It's more like a toy than an actual console, to be honest. The 3DS feels like more of a console, you know, actually expensive. Whereas this well, I guess the DS Lite doesn't feel too bad, but it more feels like a kid's kind of toy, this thing. However, the materials on the DS Lite, I do love them. Just very nice and smooth, just very fresh on the inside here. Kind of just nice and fresh, hard plastic. Like, it feels like a expensive-ish plastic, if that makes sense. Doesn't just feel like a crappy, cheap one. Like, it's actually just a nice, smooth plastic. By the way, like other newer consoles like the Switch and 3DS, you may notice there's not a home button on here or anything. So if you want to get out and get to another game, you literally just turn it off, and then you just turn it back on again. And then it will do that legendary booting up noise, and then you're just back on the front. Also, I'll take the game out now, but you can't just put the game in and then it works most of the time. You do actually have to turn it off and then put the game in while it's turned off and then turn it back on, and then it will actually work. I've been trying for a few minutes now, but the DS Lite and other consoles, obviously, they just do sometimes just not like a certain cartridge. They're not dirty at all. They just don't like them, even if they're super clean. But I've finally got Mario Kart DS to work, so let's play that now. And my thing is frozen. It's literally frozen. So my DS does not like this Mario Kart cartridge for whatever reason. My 3DS plays it fine. My other DS, that old one, plays it fine. This one just does not like it. It's weird. So finally actually got it to work. Took a bit of time, but to be honest, the playing experience here, so nice. This game, just like Mario Kart 7, just feels so smooth. Obviously, I do believe it does run at 60 FPS. Anything lower than that, I'd be pretty surprised. But it just feels so nice to run, even on this like 240 by 240 pixels or whatever the screen is. I'll have it on the screen right now, whatever the resolution is. But it is honestly just a really nice experience, just playing on one of these DS's. It's a lot of fun. And I do believe you can actually still play this game with people online. If your friend had a DS and had Mario Kart as well, I do believe that actually still works, unlike Mario Kart 7, which is pretty amazing. Quality of the speakers, which they're alright. They do make it sound like a retro console, which is quite cool. But the screen and everything, like I said before, it just feels so nice. Even this D-pad when playing, it's just a very... I hate the clicky ones, if you know what I mean. Just the clicky D-pads are the worst. These ones are just so nice. This D-pad, you can just go across like that. It's just so good. So I finished 5th. I haven't played in a while though. If I was actually focusing, I would have been a lot better. But this experience, for something that can cost you like 50 bucks or so, is just awesome. So in 2026, should you buy a Nintendo DS Lite? Well, I definitely believe you should. Just not at a ridiculous price. If it's very high, just look towards a 3DS even. 3DS consoles, even the base model one, they are just a lot better. They have more power. They can actually play some NES games if you mod them. And the newer models as well can actually play some SNES games as well. So you could be playing the first ever Mario Kart on a 2DS XL or a new 3DS XL, which is quite cool. But I definitely recommend that you buy one. Also, if you have any questions, just leave them in the description. And thanks for watching. I've also got 2 videos here. I've got the new 2DS XL here, and I also got a video about the Wii U here, if you'd like to watch one of them.